Hey everyone, if you're looking for a gift for somebody in your life, family or friends who loves to be in the kitchen, who is a homemaker or possibly a homesteader, then this video is for you because I have 12 ideas for gifts in all different price ranges that you can gift that special person in your life. If you're new on my channel, my name is Anya at Our Gabled Home, and I love sharing simple heritage homemaking and homesteading, simple DIYs, and really healthy and a lot of German recipes. And let's dive into the presents. If you've been following me for a while, you might have seen my 6 must-have books for the homesteading kitchen. And for some reason, there is a book that didn't make the list. And I don't really know why. Sometimes that just happens. And that is why this book makes my gift idea list. It is called the Noom Homemade Kitchen, and it has 25 recipes and ideas for reinventing the art of preserving, canning, fermenting, dehydrating, and more. This book is absolutely fantastic. I love looking at it all the time. It doesn't only have really basic recipes such as how to make a sourdough, how to make your sauerkraut, how to make bacon, how to make condiments, how to make coffee, but it also has a lot of how-tos in terms of different types of methods, how to brew your coffee, and kitchen tips and ingredient tips. So it's a really valuable book for anybody who is new to being in the kitchen, or for somebody who sees in the kitchen and just needs a little bit more of an inspiration. So highly recommend this book. And since we are talking about fermenting, here is an idea that would also really be lovely in a stocking, as a stocking stuffer, and that is starter cultures from Cultures for Health. This company makes all sorts of starter cultures ready to go, and you can get buttermilk, yogurt, kefir, sourdough, all sorts of cheeses, and it comes in little packages like this. There's a lot of background information, manuals, how-tos, how you can actually make the most out of your starters, and frequently asked questions. The company is also available if you do have other questions, and they will be right back. So this is a great idea for somebody who loves to be in the kitchen and would like to get started with ferments. Just in case you're wondering, I'm leaving all the links to the products that I'm mentioning here in the box below this video, so no need to take any notes. You can find them all below this video. Another thing that I absolutely love and use all the time are wooden spoons. As you can see, I have a collection here. Most of them are somewhat vintage or antique, or they just look like that because I use them so much. For example, this one is neither. Well, maybe it's vintage, but I use it all the time. You can get various types of wood. You can get handmade ones, hand-carved ones, or machine-made ones. They come in all sorts of different price ranges. So whatever your budget is, I don't think you can ever go wrong, and it would be really cute if you had a couple of spoons and just tied a really nice ribbon around it, and maybe even attach some homemade food to it, or some food that somebody can make with these spoons. So that is a really nice idea for anybody who loves being in the kitchen. Some items that I'm mentioning might be a little bit unusual, and that is my steamer basket that I love and use all the time. It is perfect for steaming vegetables. You put these in a pot. As you can see, they expand and conform to the size of your pot. So it works in a smaller pot, works in a bigger pot, and you have water down below, and the steam will cook your vegetables in a better way because the nutrients won't leach out of your vegetables. This particular one is from IKEA. What I love about this is that it has this cute little handle so you can lift it when it's hot and won't burn your fingers. If you're not shopping at IKEA, or if you're not getting products from IKEA, there's also sources online where you can get them, and you will find the link below. What's really neat about the steamer basket though is that it is highly affordable. It is under $10 depending on the size of your stockings. They might be a good stocking stuffer. Sometimes I even use this for reheating my food, and somebody was just emailing me recently and saying, oh, they just got rid of their microwave, and what a godsend this is because it makes reheating certain types of food really simple. So quick idea, steamer basket. Now, depending on who you are trying to get a gift for, they may already have a high-speed blender, and so do we. I love our high-speed blender. We do have a Vitamix, and I use it for many, many purposes. However, if you have one, you may know that oftentimes the container is a little bit too big for smaller quantities, because then everything splatters and you continually have to scrape it down. This is where I love, love, love using this little mini prep food presser from Cuisinart that I actually got refurbished many years ago. It's been holding up really well, and I love it for making small amounts of pesto, and I also love it for making mayonnaise because the lid has these little holes up here, and when you drizzle the oil into one hole, the air comes out the other oil, and the stream is just perfect for getting your mayonnaise to become solid instead of runny. If you're wondering about the mayonnaise recipe, I actually have a card up here where you can see how I make this mayonnaise in this particular mini prep blender. It's actually also really affordable. I think it's under $40 depending on where you get it. So quite a nice gift for somebody who probably has a lot of things already in their kitchen. A more recent addition to our family, and one that I absolutely love, is a butter bell. We love eating butter for all sorts of things, and what happens is we keep the butter in the dedicated butter compartment in our refrigerator, but when it comes out, it is still really solid. And I don't know about you, but I have a fresh baked bread, and I slice a slice off the bread and try to spread hard butter on it. I end up destroying the bread more than I'm actually spreading the butter on it. Using a butter bell keeps your butter out on the counter. The idea is that you put water in the bottom here, you put the butter in here, invert it and put it in there. It creates an airlock. It keeps your butter fresh, but it also keeps your butter very spreadable. It is absolutely fantastic, and we use it all the time. They come in different sizes and different smaller variations and different price points. You can get them for under $20, so I think that is a fantastic gift. I could not talk about gifts for homemakers and homesteaders without talking about mason jars. Probably you have mason jars, and the person you're trying to gift has mason jars. However, there's so many ways you can use mason jars, and by using these tops, you can extend the uses for your mason jars. This one is a pump top. As you can see, we have a dish soap back there, and you can make a hand soap. You can put your oil in it, whatever you have it. And this is stainless steel. It works really well. It doesn't rust, and it doesn't cost a lot of money. We also like to get raw milk, and usually we get it in half-gallon mason jars, and then we just add these pour tops with a little hole here up on the top, and you can simply pour whatever. You can also use it for sugar shaker. There's so many different uses. What I love about this company is that their products are actually made in America, so that is always a reason for me to buy from them. Anybody who loves being in the kitchen also knows that sometimes fruit preparation splatters, and that is why I love using an apron. If you've been watching some of my recipe videos, you might see my signature apron here. It looks like this in the front, and it has let me see if I can show you that, a crossover style in the back, just like so. I do have a video in which I'm teaching you how to make it. I also have a fully downloadable and printable pattern. And if you're not into making an apron, or the person you're gifting doesn't want to sew, then you can also buy one. They're really affordable. Usually they're around $20 online. I'm using a few links for you. Here is another style that's very simple. You just slide it over your head. You can also adjust this to the size and the height of the person, and you simply tie it in back. I always love having pockets in front. I can stick my hands in there, or if I'm running around with my mobile phone, I can stick it in there, or whatever else I might want to put in the front pockets. So that is always a great idea. Some people I know actually collect aprons in all different patterns and styles and sizes. So that is also another really good gift idea for your special person. And here's another idea that I think is really cute and gives any kitchen a bit of a rustic farmhouse kind of vibe, and that is a blackboard. Now, this particular one I have had for many years. It is a simple hook up here that you hang on a nail, or we actually have a suction cup that attaches to the side of our cabinets. And it's really nice because I don't know about you, but oftentimes when I go to the grocery store, I'm thinking, what else do we need? And I go home and I forget it. When we empty something or we're out of something, I just write it down here. And before I go grocery shopping, I copy down the list. Also, you can use it for if you're a meal planner, or I have seen people put really nice artwork on it that you don't want to erase. So many uses. You can hang it this way or that way, depending on your space. Also, pretty affordable, nice gift. Here's another idea that is a sourdough starter. Now, you may actually have a sourdough starter, and how about you split it, put it in a nice little jar, put a nice cut fabric in a nice round and tie a ribbon around it and give it to your person that you're trying to gift to. Of course, this doesn't travel well, so it would be something that, let's say you're going to somebody's open house, or you're seeing your family for Christmas and it's about a half an hour drive, so that would be perfect. You can also get starters online if you don't have any, or if you don't have any to share. And again, I'm leaving links down below where you can find them. So that is a really great idea for somebody who doesn't already have a sourdough starter and would like to get started with sourdough. And I love using these German carbon knives. They are not rust-free, but they hold up really well. They're easy to sharpen, and I use them, as you can see, all the time. Great gift, very inexpensive. And this is probably the most expensive item that I am showing you here today of the 12 gift ideas for anybody who loves being in the kitchen, and that is a grain mill. So for anybody who bakes, and what's really disconcerting is that oftentimes in whole grain flours, commercial flours, they're actually not really whole grain. They grind the grains, they take the bran and the germ out, and then they only put the bran back, that's the fiber, but not the germ, because that is high in oils, and that is what makes the flours go rancid faster. So you're actually not really getting the entire grain, you're just getting something dark. I've been milling my own flours for decades for my bread baking, and I love using this Mockmill KitchenAid attachment because, as you can see in the back there, I have a KitchenAid that I can just attach this to. This little chute puts the flour right into the bowl underneath my KitchenAid, and I have various settings up here. I have marked my favorite setting for my bread baking, and then sometimes I just turn this dial around depending on what kind of flour, how fine I want the grind or how coarse I want it. This is where you attach the hopper. And Mockmill also makes standalone grain mills, so if you don't want the attachment, or if you're actually grinding a lot of flour many days a week, then you might want to invest in a dedicated standalone grain mill. And like I said, Mockmill has various standalone models, some in wood and some with a regular plastic housing. They all come with the same stone grinding mechanism, which is really nice, stone ground. And if you're watching this video when it comes out in November 2021, I want to alert you that Mockmill is raising their prices on November 19, 2021. If you're seriously thinking about getting one of those grain mills, I would recommend that you get it sooner rather than later before the prices go up. If you go to the link on my website that I'm leaving below this video, there is a 5% discount that I'm giving to you. So that is something that you might want to check out. I hope you found this helpful. 12 gift ideas for anybody who loves being in the kitchen, who is a homemaker or a homesteader. If you're looking for more kitchen items that I can't live without, I have a video up here. And thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.